welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be taking a little quick peek at some of the fall at Lowe's, as I was there to pick up a new plant to replace one of the ones that we pulled up in our side kitchen garden. And of course, Malcolm had to pick out the perfect little pumpkin for him to take home with him. He was super cute. He loves going to Lowe's and seeing all the Halloween decorations. But I want to take it back a little bit. This is what the side garden looked like in December. We actually, if you've been with my channel for a while, you know that this area used to be an actual pond with no fish, no vegetation. It was just like a dirty, nasty, skunky pond. And we tried to bring it back, but it just wasn't working out for us. It was way too much high maintenance to have a pond, honestly, and all these trees just kept getting leaves and everything in it. It just didn't work out for us. So I think 2 years ago we filled it in and we made this little like garden bed. We planted the trees and some new bushes, and so last December we finally pulled out that big tree or that big bush, and I just think it really adds to this area. Now I'm going around and these aren't actually weeds that I'm pulling up. It is the liriope, monkey grass, border grass that we put around the border. It is just them going like crazy. I try to keep up with kind of maintaining them into the areas that I want them to go to, but since I got back from Japan, it like rained a bunch and then we got super busy, so I wasn't, you know, on my normal like trying to keep it under control. Eventually I want the grass to border the entire like sidewalk. Like I want it to spread more like in a line versus invading the other areas, and it's really not hard to pull up. Like I said, it's just, and honestly I could probably sell the little baby seedlings, but instead I'm just pulling them up and getting rid of them because it looks kind of like messy. It looks kind of messy. So I just want to go around and get this plant under control and pick up any weeds that I see as well. We probably need to refresh. As you can see, the wind was like blowing like crazy. We really need to refresh the mulch in here, but we're probably just going to wait until the spring. And also we're probably going to do a big chop on all of the liriope. I think I was saying that right. The monkey grass. Because in the spring, when it's cold, before new growth emerges, you can like cut them down to about 3 inches, and that just kind of will give them a new life. So that's what I'm doing. And this hosta I've been wanting to replant for a couple years as well. I'm probably just going to wait until the spring as well and divide it, and then probably put it in a more shaded area, because as you can see, some of the leaves turned like brown, and I just don't think this is a good area for that. But I do have a nice shaded area in the front of my house where it will end up thriving and like doing its like living its best life. But yeah, this is crazy. Look how crazy that the border grass just like spreads if you kind of leave it unmanaged, I guess, if you're not on top of it. I want to plant some perennials as well, some like flowers, and try and fill in this garden bed. I just do a little at a time, and I do what we can, you know, afford. Usually it's like 1 or 2 new plants a year, and I don't mind buying from bulbs or just like smaller, like the cheapest variation of plant that you can buy. and then just have it like grow year after year. I can't believe how fast this magnolia tree has grown. When we planted it, I don't think it was as tall as maybe Malcolm, and now it's like growing like crazy. The same for the red bushes. Forgive me, I can't remember what those are called. And when we went to the store, I was trying to get another one of those, but we couldn't find its match. So I went ahead and got another dark leaved bush that will complement the other two bushes and not look too out of, like, you know, it's not matchy-matchy, but it complements it. So I'm excited to finally get rid of that stump and have something new growing there. So this area spread like crazy, and I did actually find that I had some of that crabgrass, like that stuff that crawls along the ground, and like tunnels under with like its root system is crazy. So that's a little bit frustrating because number one, I don't want it to get into our driveway, and number two, I'm sitting here trying to pick that kind of grass up from in between my plants. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. That is like the bane of my existence. I cannot stand the crabgrass and like that like long viney like weed. And here it is after I got everything looking manageable. It really didn't take that long. So here's the plant that I chose. It is a Weigela, I think it's called. Please excuse the way I pronounce things. I don't know what I'm doing. My husband didn't want to get out his bigger chainsaw because he said he didn't want the chainsaw to get like close to the dirt. So he's just using his Sawzall, and to be honest, he did a pretty good job. We were thinking about putting a rope on it and trying to pull up with all the roots and everything, but we're just going to cut it down as close as possible and then just leave it be, because I don't think we would be able to pull it all up. And also I don't want to mess up like our sidewalk or anything if like the roots had grown under there. So I don't think it's going to interfere with the other plant that we're going to plant, the new one. But yeah, we just wanted to kind of get under or get this as close to the ground as possible. And he's like, people are going to say something about me using my Crocs and power tools, but he's doing better than me because I have open toe shoes on. And this little plant is kind of tiny, right? But I swear by the time, probably this time next year, it'll probably be double or triple the size. And I made sure this plant gets maybe about 3 feet wide and 3 feet tall, it said. So it'll fill in this blank area nicely, but it won't get as big and as crazy as the bush that we took down. Thank you so much to Rainpoint for sponsoring today's video. They were kind enough to send me a 2-zone smart hose timer with this smart hub. And there is QR codes and instructions right on the back of the box to download the app. It was super easy to register with the app and get us going on that end, but we needed to put in 4 AA batteries in the back of the hose timer. It does take batteries, but we usually use rechargeables, so it's not that big of a deal for us because we have batteries on hand all the time, but it does take 4 batteries. And once we did that, it was super easy to connect. You can either connect with the Smart Hub via Wi-Fi, so you just press that, add the device to the app, and it's just that easy. But if you would prefer to connect just via Bluetooth, you can scan the QR code right on top of the smart timer, and it will pair itself to the app as well. So you just hit the button, and once it detects the smart timer, it will just add itself right to the app as well. Then we were ready to install the smart timer to the spigot on the side of our house. And there is 2 zones here, so we can hook up 2 different hoses and have it do 2 different things as well. But for now, we just wanted to water the new plants that we have. But none of this area has irrigation, so this will be really handy in the spring as well. We just did a quick little test to make sure everything worked out right, and now we went into the app to add it so that it will water for 10 minutes at 7 a.m. for the next foreseeable future. Thank you so much to Rain Spot for sponsoring today's video. If you would like to buy one of these for your very own, definitely check out the link in the description box below. I love switching out my little garden flags for this season. I believe this one is from Lowe's, but I like to get them on Amazon as well. I like that this one is 2-sided. I am just giving my side door a good wash down because I haven't done that in a while, and I want to sweep off all of the leaves as well. I got this little welcome mat from Lowe's. I think it's super cute. And these little pumpkins I made, I want to say like 10 years ago. Thank you, Pinterest. And I love them. I think they're super cute. And this little white pumpkin with the bird is from Walmart like 4 or 5 years ago as well. So all of this is reused fall decor. So this footage here is from the weekend. We decided that it was time to put up the pool. It's really just getting kind of chilly and windy, so Malcolm was having fun. My husband was blowing out all of the plumbing lines, that way we could winterize it, and all of the skimmers and all of the jets as well, so that we could put some plugs in everywhere. We also lowered the water below the skimmer line. And then we have these plugs that we just kind of plug up where the skimmers are. And we're just gonna give this pool cover one more year. Every year we say, are we gonna replace it? Every year we're like, we don't want to spend the money. It's still in okay shape. We have patched it a few times, but we're still holding out on it. It's doing its thing. It's still working. So we're gonna put this pool cover on for one more year. Something new that we're trying this year are these water bags. We get a lot of worms in the bottom of our pool because they kind of come up from the grass all around the concrete and then I think wiggle their way into the pool. That's the only way I'm figuring out how we got all the worms everywhere. You guys are my witness. I showed we had a very clean pool as we're shutting it down, and hopefully this time in next May, it won't, when we're opening up the pool, we won't have a bunch of worms at the bottom. But I also wanted to tidy up the back deck as well, and I wanted to take down all of my little like summer decor that I had up all over the walls, because it's getting really windy and a lot of these have started like flying off, and I wanted to protect them. I want to be able to use these next year, and if they sit out with the rain and the snow, they're not going to look as good as they could be, and I really want to like not have to waste my money next spring buying the same things and putting them back up. I'm also going to take all of the pillows and put them in our deck box. This is the deck box that has the waterproof chest. This one has the most room in it, so that's why I took it from the deck and put that in that box. But I also wanted to give the windows a good clean on the outside. You guys always see me clean the insides, and I never get to make it out here to get the outsides clean. I won't be doing any fall decorating on the back deck area just because the weather is like crazy, and this back here gets a lot of good wind, and like I said, things just kind of blow all over the place. I will be removing this umbrella as well, because one year the the gust of wind opened it all the way up and flew it all the way to the front of our house. It went up and over our house and it landed in our front yard, which isn't really that great. So I will be taking all of the umbrellas out and storing them in the garage for next year. But yeah, it's kind of crazy how windy it can get back here. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully this motivated you to either decorate for fall or put away all of your summer stuff and get ready for fall. And thank you so much to Rainspot for sponsoring today's video. Definitely check out the description box below if you would like to get more information on the Rainspot.